I don't know where you've been, but you're gonna respect this courtroom. My life has proven that it's not about where you come from, it's about where you're going. From a jailed youth who had my record expunged to becoming the youngest judge elected.
The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding.
In just 15 years. Ma'am, let me know when you want to go to rehab. Otherwise, I think you're a crackhead.
Absolutely not.
My goal is to inspire others to overcome their obstacles. You don't need him and his little raggedy roommate.
Thank you.
All while having a little fun on Mathis Court. You look like you're ready to lie right the first word out your mouth. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Delilah Grant is suing Cedar and Ingrid Klein in the amount of $1,900.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may all be seated.
Miss Grant claims she lost her security deposit when she moved out and says her pet-owning roommates caused the damages and she wants them to pay up.
All right, start with you, ma'am. How do you know the defendants?
I know them because they are my former roommates. Ingrid here is my former friend. We went to college together. We even lived in the same dorm. And she told me that they had a room available for me to move into after I moved from Arizona. And I decided to say yes, and I paid $2,000 to move into the home.
Okay, what was the rent to be every month?
$2,000.
$2,000?
Correct.
Here in Los Angeles?
No, in Seattle.
When did you move in?
August 1st of 2024.
How long did you stay?
For about a year. I moved out.
How did things go while you were there that year?
For starters, it was great. You know, we hung out a lot before I got a job. But then towards the end, I was hardly ever there. So I would say it was fairly cool until the very end when it was time to move out.
All right, let me hear from you all about the experience living together.
Yes, Your Honor.
You all were all right in college. Did you have these disputes in college?
No, we did not.
When you lived together?
We were friends in college.
Yes,
So it's
we were
time you
friends.
bring a man in the middle of you. You see what happens. Go ahead.
Yeah, in college, Your Honor, we definitely didn't have any problems. We lived in a house. We shared a space there, separate rooms, of course, but we were fine. But this is different. I know we're older, so times have definitely changed. And now I'm a married woman, so it's completely different.
Oh, good.
Thank
To
you.
him?
Yes.
All right.
We're actually newlyweds. We just got
Make
married.
presumptions. Anyhow, let's move right along.
Yes, Your Honor. So as Delilah said, she moved in with us. First and foremost, she had let me know, she was in Arizona with her family for a year, that she was looking to move out. I'm like, wait a minute, we have a bedroom here in our 2-bedroom about to be available because our current roommate at the time is moving out because they're going to grad school. And so I offered her the space. You know, I wanted her to feel that she had a space here and that, you know, we had her best interest at heart. We would love to have her here with us. And our 2 pets. We do have a dog and we do have a cat. And so she thought about it and we all discussed it, me and my husband, and we went forward with it. She knew the price of the rent and she said it was in her price range and we just moved forward. When she did move in.
Are you all right?
Yes. Yes, I'm fine.
You got that look in your eye. Let me hear you say something. Maybe I'll feel better, because I'm nervous right now. I'm nervous of you. Say something.
Well, I actually I trusted Ingrid with her friend Delilah in that they was cool. I didn't think anything was going down. But, you know, we started having a lot of issues when she moved in.
Like what?
Well, we have this immune disorder, and she wanted help moving in her stuff when she got a new room, got new furniture.
Hold on now, immune disorder?
Yeah.
Who has that?
Me and her, actually. That's what made us kind of connect, because we both had the same disorder, and we kind of met while we was getting treatment.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Now, it's good that you all could have the like challenges, tough it out together.
Right.
That's the point I'm making. All right. So the complications were what again?
So as she was moving in, I tried to explain to her that me and my wife was going through this. I don't know if she didn't understand or she didn't believe it, but she kept on trying to get us to move these heavy objects. And, you know, everything was good until, like, everything got a little toxic.
In what way?
Well, she was never there. At first, she was there all the time. Then she got a job, and she just stopped being there. And she was helping clean up at first, and then she just took all the responsibilities and put them on us.
Well, if she wasn't there, she wasn't toxic.
Well, Your Honor, she definitely agreed in the beginning, okay, I would love to come and help you guys out. I know you guys have this condition. I know you guys have the pets and all that. And when she moved in, she was great. You know, we used to cook together. She helped us clean up. We had a great schedule with the cleanup schedule. It was really good roommate situation. There was a respect there. And as my husband mentioned, you know, once she did get a job, which we, of course, support her in that because, of course, we want her to have a life there, she completely started to go ghost on us. You know, like we barely seen her, we barely heard from her. She started to just honestly create her own life, which is a good thing, but you're neglecting your responsibilities as well.
What responsibility?
The cleaning of the home.
If she's not there, what does she have to clean?
But she is coming home to shower. She is coming home to eat. She is coming home to, we share a bathroom as well, by the way, Your Honor, there's only one bathroom in our place. So she is still using common areas.
And with all due respect, I do clean up after myself, and like you said, I'm hardly ever there, so what mess can I make? And I did find a job like a month after I moved in, so from the month after I moved in all the way until the end of the lease, I was hardly ever there. They're homebodies. They have an immune, disorder or disease, so they're always
their friend. Leave it at that.
Yes, but as far as the mess, I did not make any of, the mess that they're talking about. But what I am here for today is the fact that I deserve my $1,900 back in the security deposit because there were damages that were done.
Coming up on Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
She didn't arrive to our cleanup. We had to get together where our friends came. We all cleaned up because we got some help because, we have a problem. And she didn't show up.
And later.
Once I did that, she wants a deposit. And that's where everything just kind of went downhill. I gave her $200 for me to be able to get the vehicle, and she was nowhere to be found the day I actually went there to go pick it up.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Delilah Grant, who is suing Cedar and Ingrid Klein for breach of contract.
As she stated, they do have pets, a cat and a dog, and the carpeting needed to be replaced, and it was replaced for $2,660, and it was all due to pet damage. So that had nothing to do with me, and there were also damages that were done prior to me moving in. As they stated, they did have a tenant that was living there prior to me, and she received her full deposit back of $2,000. So if there were damages that were done, they were done before I moved in. I was not there long enough, or there, period, basically, to make those damages.
Your Honor, she did live there for a full year. She lived there for a full year and contributed to any kind of mess that was made in terms of carpet. Yes, carpet needed to be cleaned. We did not hire someone to help us move out in terms of cleaning the apartment once it was done. It was 3 of us who had our name on that lease. 3 of us committed to hopefully cleaning up that apartment.
Why didn't you give her a deposit back?
Well, to step in, we actually didn't get our full deposit back.
It was not even half the deposit.
Well, the landlord, the person that actually owned the property, stated that after she was left with the responsibility to finish cleaning, because we did the most what we could do.
What do you mean she was left? Do you agree to let them not clean?
No, I do not. Actually,
what do you mean by what was left?
So when we was talking to her about needing help cleaning because of our disorder, we did explain to her that we only was able to do so much because she didn't arrive to our cleanup. We had to get together where our friends came. We all cleaned up because we got some help because we have a problem. And she didn't show up to the event. She was saying she's at work. She's too busy.
I explained I was at work.
So the 30th came and we had to leave by the 31st because the lease was up on August 1st. So she seen the mess and just start blaming us. And we've been trying, and she didn't show up.
And mind you, Your Honor, in June, because all this happened in July in terms of us having to move out of this apartment, in June, Delilah and I had a separate discussion because I just wanted to see where her headspace was because I barely was seeing her at home at that point. But I've noticed that she would still go out after work. So I'm okay, well, you're not completely at work. And so I wanted to know where was her headspace in terms of, okay, we only have a few weeks left here. We need to pack, we need to clean, we have furniture. I know you're still new here, even though you've been here for a year, but you have to move into a new place, you need furniture. So I offered to ask if she wanted to take anything, and she said yes, she wanted to take a few things with furniture and dishes, and so amazing. I already started posting on Marketplace to get some of the items removed from the home. I'm really trying to make sure everything's clear. Come June, like a few days, actually a week before we have to move out, she no longer wants these items. And I'm like, wait a minute, well, we already have enough going on. Like, I already was preparing for you to take these things. This is adding to my plate, and we already are stressed. We have enough going on with this move. We have this immune disorder. the inflammation, it really affects us in order to
With
really
all due
continue
respect,
this move out.
Your Honor, I did speak to them prior. It was well over a week prior to us moving out that I no longer wanted the furniture, that I was going to just purchase my own. Especially with them having pets, I realized that
So
I
you
didn't
left
want
the furniture?
Yes, the furniture had to stay. It had
What
to
did
stay.
you do with it?
I
You
didn't
just left
move
it
it.
as
Yeah,
well?
because I
What
told them.
damages do you feel you're not responsible for, because you all lived there for a year, so you certainly share some of the responsibility for the damages? What don't you think you're responsible for?
Absolutely. I'm not responsible for removal and repair of the carpet, which it says here I have a receipt that's written up by my landlord, our former landlord, that says the carpet was repaired for $2,660 and it was damaged by pets. It says it right here. And I also do have a picture of that.
Mind you, Your Honor, that was a small section that our cat had to dig up, and then we already let the landlord know that was a problem. And they let us know that's okay, you know, pets do that, and that happens. He said to us, we already have to replace the carpet anyway when you guys leave. You got pets. That's not a problem.
Well,
don't worry about it. So she knew this a year prior
With
to
all due
moving into
respect, that's a
with us.
large chunk of money.
Knew that she would have to pay for damage done to
She
the
knew
carpet.
she was moving in
Excuse
with
me,
pets.
let me finish. She knew a year before that she would have to pay for damage done by your pets.
Yes, Your Honor, if I may step in. We also have evidence to present because in our leasing agreement, it says that as she signed this, that she's responsible to clean, to take out the trash, and to do all the
I'm
same
only talking
things.
about the pets now who ruined the carpet. I'm very familiar with this.
Yes.
We've had pets who ruin our carpet. You got to buy new carpet.
Yeah.
You moving into an apartment. If it's pet stains, you tell the owner or you tell whoever, the landlord, nope, fix that, and I'll come back. But you're asking for
$1,900.
$1,900, and they're totally responsible for the carpeting. $1,900 is your judgment. Have a good day.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendants are ordered to pay $1,900.
I'm just ready to move forward and be done with this friendship.
I'm just thankful that I got what was owed.
All right, you can head out this way. You grab your belongings.
Thank you.
After you.
Coming up,
I gave him a favor by letting him use my car. You know, this is my side business.
Oh,
This is my side
so
business.
she wasn't charging you.
No, she was charging. Yeah, she was charging me.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Trevor Dillard is suing Denise Sims in the amount of $760. Mr. Dillard claims that after he gave Miss Sims a deposit for a rental car on Christmas Eve, she ghosted him and says he was stuck with unexpected travel costs.
State your name,
My name is Trevor Dillard.
ma'am.
My name is Denise Sims.
All right, and sir, you're suing the defendant for $760 for seeking reimbursement for an unexpected travel cost.
That is correct.
All right, start with you.
It's Christmas Eve, and I'm kind of troubled on my own vehicle. My vehicle actually took a turn, check engine light came on, it turns on and it turns off. So I can't get to and from work the way I want to. So what do? I look up on a ride share and I try to get me a rental car from her site. And once I did that, she wants a deposit. And that's where everything just kind of went downhill. I gave her $200 for me to be able to get the vehicle, and she was nowhere to be found the day I actually went there to go pick it up. So
Did you all arrange the time to come and pick it up?
Yeah, we definitely did.
So she said, I'm going to be here, and then when you got there, she had left.
She was not there. That is correct.
All right, let me hear from you.
Hello, Your Honor. My name is Denise, and I don't feel like I'm liable to reimburse him for anything.
Okay.
We had a breach contract that we both agreed on together. And this holiday season...
You had what, a contract?
We had a contract that we both agreed on
What
together.
was the contract?
From Christmas Eve to New Year's Eve. And I gave him a grace period at the time of 12 to 2. I gave him a
pick it up?
time. Yes, I gave him a time for that, and I
Isn't
did
that
speak
what you
to him.
said?
That is correct, Your Honor. That
Go
is
ahead.
correct.
He did call me, but we made an agreement so that call when you get here so I can give you the keys. He was already giving me a runaround, Your Honor. He was pretty much getting on my nerves.
You just didn't know if I was there or not. You didn't pick up the phone. I could have been outside.
That is true,
You
however.
never picked up the phone.
I gave him a favor by letting him use my car. You know, this is my side business.
Oh,
This is my side business.
She wasn't charging you.
No, she was charging. Yeah, she was charging me.
Coming up,
I do favors for strangers so that I can win my case, telling the judge that I was there waiting on his call, but yet my phone wasn't even on. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Trevor Dillard, who is suing Denise Sims for reimbursement of funds.
What am I missing about this favor that you charge people?
It's a favor because I had 5 other people that wanted to rent.
You would
And-
do a favor for.
Yeah, and I honestly knocked everyone
These all
off.
people you know, obviously?
Yes, it's the
They're
people that I
friends?
know of. And I only gave him
You
a
know,
favor.
hold on. Know of?
Yes, I know of him from my friend Felicia.
Oh, no, I'm talking about these other 5.
Okay. Now, these other
You knew
5,
them?
I don't know them personally, no.
But you were
business.
going to do a favor for
Yeah.
them. You good. Let's get us some favors from her.
I'm sorry, I'm new
You
to
don't
this
charge
business.
for favors.
Yeah,
that's
that's
what I'm
true.
trying to get you to understand. And I don't
You're
want to
totally
make more
right.
of a fool out of you than you've already made of yourself.
I'm so
I'm not
sorry.
going to continue with this. You did not do him a favor. You were charging him to use your rental car. He says when he got there, you weren't there.
Correct.
So were you or were you not there up until 2 p.m.?
I left at 2:05. Actually, when he called at 1:40, he's supposed to be outside. I have my window.
Did
I'm
he
looking
tell
out
you he
the
was
window.
outside?
Nope, because
did
I
he
didn't
say?
answer the phone because
What
he was
did
already.
he say, ma'am?
He didn't say anything to me
Okay,
because
he just called you and then it was quiet and then hung up?
he called and didn't leave me a voicemail at that time that I didn't notice because we made an
You were
agreement.
there?
I was at home, yes.
Waiting?
I was waiting for him.
And you said he was to call before he came, but if you didn't have your phone available, how could you get his call?
I told him-
Instead, you just left.
I just told
And
the
you
call.
didn't have your phone available, as you just admitted. And with the voicemail. Why you
did.
grinning? Why you
I
laughing?
was busy packing
Well,
for
why you
Christmas.
laughing, though?
I'm
Laughing
not
at
laughing.
yourself? Oh, you probably laughing at yourself. I tried to tell the judge that he made a fool out of me. Telling the judge I do favors for strangers so that I can win my case. Telling the judge that I was there waiting on his call, but yet my phone wasn't even on.
How will Judge Mathis rule? Find out when Mathis Court returns.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
For me, Your Honor, honestly, like, it was a troubled week that she actually did inconvenience me for. So I'm really just trying to get the money that I did give to her.
Well, we do know that you did call as instructed, and
Yes.
she, as admitted, did not respond to your call, which
her-
is supposed to mitigate your damages. How do you run up $500?
So that came out to $760 that I didn't have to spend just because she wanted to not be home. That's
You
not
had to
fair to
spend
me.
$200.
I had to give her $200 for sure, and I was gonna have to give her another $200 upon pickup. But that would have been $400, you know, for me to be able to have a good vehicle. But I had to spend over $700
Yeah.
just because she didn't want to.
So we're
pick
going
up
to deduct the
phone.
$400 because you were going to pay $400. So we're going to deduct that out of that $760. $760 minus $400. Judgment is $360. Have a good day.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $360.
You needed me 20 times. You called me a million times in front of my door.
I won't call you ever again.
Call Enterprise
You're not
next
even a
time.
reliable person.
Call Hertz next
How do you even
time.
have a business
I'm
now?
gonna head out this way.
You're not even,
Grab your
how does this
belongings.
even work?
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.